Hello everyone, I'm Laura and welcome back to our channel. Our video today is lots of English vocabulary to help you with asking someone out on a date. Let's get started. We're going to start with the vocabulary relating to the most casual type of date, going right through to the least casual. I would like to add in a disclaimer and say that although I do not guarantee that the person you are asking will say yes, they will know that they are being asked out on a date. And if you're a bit nervous, avoiding confusion is important. Our first option today, and the most casual, is, would you like to go for coffee with me? Or, do you want to go for coffee with me? Would you like to go for coffee with me? Or, do you want to go for coffee with me? The first option is more polite, and it just depends what the other person is like as to which one you choose to go for. The second one can be changed up slightly to sound even more casual if that's what you want, and it would sound like this. Do you want to go for coffee with me? Do you want to go for coffee with me? If you want to make the question even more casual, maybe because you don't want to put pressure on the other person or because you're not sure what their answer is going to be, you could say, do you want to grab a coffee with me? Do you want to grab a coffee with me? Or, would you like to grab a coffee with me? Would you like to grab a coffee with me? You don't actually need to say with me because the with me is implied, but if you are a little bit nervous, it might help to avoid the additional confusion if you say with me, but you don't have to. So you could just say, do you want to grab a coffee? Do you want to grab a coffee? You could argue that this doesn't qualify as a date, but if you're wanting to spend some time with someone and get to know them in a more casual setting, this could be the perfect option. Let's move on to possible choice number 2. Would you like to go for a drink? Or, do you want to go for a drink? Would you like to go for a drink? Or, do you want to go for a drink? As before, you can change the second one to, do you want to go for a drink? Do you want to go for a drink? You can also use the word grab like we did previously. Do you want to grab a drink? Do you want to grab a drink? If you want to add with me, you can do that, that's fine. As an alternative, you could say together instead. Do you want to grab a drink together? Do you want to grab a drink together? It's just another alternative and you can see which one feels the most natural to you. So how is this one less casual than asking someone to go for a coffee? Well, with this one, the implication is that the drink that you're going to have will be alcoholic, or at least you'll be going somewhere that sells it. If you're just going for a coffee, you don't have to have coffee, but the idea is that you will go to a coffee shop, somewhere that's more casual than a bar. The third option is, would you like to go and see a film? Or, do you want to go and see a film? Would you like to go and see a film? Or, do you want to go and see a film? We also interchangeably say movie, so we use both film and movie. Either is fine. As before, you can add with me or together, which would sound like this. Would you like to go and see a film with me? Or, do you want to go and see a movie together? And with that last one, you can blend it together like we did previously. Do you want to go and see a movie? Do you want to go and see a movie? Our next option is, would you like to go for a meal? Or, do you want to go for a meal? Would you like to go for a meal? Or, do you want to go for a meal? Same advice as before, you can add with me, or you can add together if you want to. For example, would you like to go for a meal with me? Or, do you want to go for a meal together? Here, a time for the date isn't made clear, so to make it clearer, you could ask, do you want to go for dinner? Do you want to go for dinner? That way, the person is going to know that you're talking about an evening meal. If you want a more general way to ask someone out and you don't want to give a specific place, maybe you want to let the other person decide, or you want to talk about it with them, you could simply say, would you like to go on a date? Or, do you want to go on a date? would you like to go on a date? Or do you want to go on a date? If you wanted to, you could add with me or together. For example, would you like to go on a date together? Would you like to go on a date together? Or, do you want to go on a date with me? Do you want to go on a date with me? With these ideas, a place isn't suggested. But whatever you have in mind, it should be more than just a drink. A date is an event. It might be a visit to the cinema to see a film, or it might be a trip to see a band play, or there might be something exciting happening in your local town or city, something like a fair or a festival that you want to go to together. Whatever it is, I hope that these tips have helped. Thumbs up if you found them useful, and please subscribe if you would like to see more videos from us. Until next time, bye bye!